Mr. McCown, our English teacher, and I'm going to be asking you some questions today. So the first one is probably like the most cliche opening interview question ever.
Good.
Tell me about yourself and what you do for Jinx.
Well, my name is Jordan McCown. I've been teaching at Jinx for 8 years. So I teach right now pre-AP English to sophomores. I teach AP Literature to seniors, and then I also teach news writing, which is our Trojan Torch class. That's the student newspaper. And then also I'm the faculty advisor for Key Club, so I run that school organization.
How are you adjusting to teaching in the middle of a pandemic?
It's tough. So on one hand, I feel like this is an exciting challenge to be the best teacher that I can possibly be. So I can, it gives me a chance to learn new skills, like making videos and things like that. I never really made videos until this started, So I like that part. And I'm excited about using technology in fun ways. On the other hand, my class is built on social interactions with people. It's built on tables where 4 people can sit and talk to each other every single day. And pretty much every lesson up until this year has been based on working together with your group to create something and learning from each other and talking every step of the way. So it's been very difficult to have all of the desks facing the same direction and students as far apart as possible. So you'll notice I've been kind of cheating, and I've been saying like turn and talk to your neighbors, and I've been putting you into groups, even though that's not the safest. You're like, maybe we just have digital conversations and you guys can like talk on a Google Doc or on a chat.
Mm-hmm.
But the chat features have been blocked by the school because I can't monitor them, and you might be saying cuss words or something. And the Google Docs is just too slow. I think we tried it in your class, and it just was clunky and weird, and you guys, it's just not as real. You guys just have to chat.
What are some of your strengths and weaknesses that you recognize as a teacher?
Strengths, I feel like I can build relationships with students. I feel like that's something I've always been good at. That's why I started teaching, was because I love people. Students are like growing into the people that they're going to become. It's an interesting age group. But weaknesses, I feel like areas that I need to grow. I've gotten a lot better at organization. That's something that I've intentionally put a lot of work into. So I would have said organization a couple years ago, but I've worked my butt off, and I think I'm much better. I can really say I'm proud of that. Grading on time, that's something that I always feel like I'm battling against the clock. It's just, it takes a lot of time. It's very time consuming, number one, and that's hard for me to sit down and do. And it takes a lot of time because I feel like I never want to just put a number on something. If I could just go through and be like 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, like just that would be easy. But I want the numbers to mean something, which means that I have to give feedback. I never want a kid to say, well, I don't know why I got an 80. I want them to know exactly what they did. That eternal struggle is why your grade book is always so valuable. Once a week I can do like a big video where I explain why you got the grade you got, and that's for the whole class, and you can watch it and helps you. And then maybe I can do much more once a month or something. I can go in depth, or I can help you with that.
I heard you had a podcast last year interviewing dads, and I want to know more about that and if you still have the podcast.
The podcast was called Dad Chats. It still is. You can find it on Apple Podcasts or on Stitcher or wherever you find your podcasts. Pay a lot of money to get that broadcasted out. So you can find Dad Chats. What was the rest of the question? Does it still exist?
Yes, a lot of people were asking if it still existed. And how you came about doing that?
It came about because in my news writing class, I wanted my kids to have a pet project, something that they could work on that would be like their baby. And so one of the things that I told them they could do was have a podcast. And then I thought, I'm always telling my kids to do something. I should do something. And then I was thinking about it. It was like a shower idea. It'd be fun to just chat with dads about dad stuff. Because I was thinking about my daughter. She's 5 now. And I was thinking about just what it feels like to be a dad, and how sometimes I feel like I'm doing a good job, sometimes I feel like I'm doing a bad job, and it'd be nice to know that other people felt the same way I did. And that's where I was like, Dad Chats, where we talk about being a dad. It would be really cool.
Yeah.
So I just would ask kids to volunteer their dads, and then I'd email them. And I've had 10 interviews for the first season, I guess. And I will probably end up going back and doing it again.
And then I know in class you give us a lot of different quotes and like quote assignments, and I wanted to know if you have like philosophy or quote that you like to live by.
I don't really know where this came from, so I can't quote someone famous and say like this came from a famous person. But you know how I tell you guys at the beginning of class, there's two things I say that I really 100% mean. At the beginning of every class, I say I'm very happy to see you today. And a lot of the times I don't feel that. Like I'm not happy, I'm grumpy, you're hungry, you're tired, or whatever. The last class didn't go the way I wanted it to. But when I say that, I'm reminding myself and I'm reminding you why I'm here. And that this is the best thing I've ever done. And teaching is a gift. Coming to class is like coming to church. So like when I say I'm very happy to see you today, I'm putting us in the mindset of this is a class, and I love you guys, and I'm happy to see you. And then when I say make the world around you a better place, at the end of class as you guys leave, like I also that's my like how I live life. That's what I believe. I don't know if I can make everything better, and that's hard for me. But I know that I can make the world around me a better place. That's what that looks like. I'm always trying to grow that, trying to change that, trying to figure out ways of making a bigger world around me better. Just branch that out. But at the very least, I know I can come and talk to you guys, and I can help you, and then you can go and help other people. And in that way, it's like spreading out.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you for your time, Mr. McCown.
Yeah, of course.